Hello, Guilders, and welcome in. Hello, everybody. Welcome in to Dungeon of the Mage, Episode 6, Undermountain Rumble. I'm your humble host, Timbo the Wizard. My pronouns are he, him, and I'm excited to bring you the next episode. We're going to be diving in very shortly, but first I would let's go around and have my lovely cast introduce themselves. Goldmoon, why don't you start?
Hello, I'm Goldmoon. I use she, her pronouns, and I'm playing Gobloidus, who's a lovely little sewer gremlin. He loves poking around in garbage, and he uses he, him pronouns. So here we go.
Perfect. Next we have Hex.
Hi, I'm TheSeshCast. I'll be playing Hex Starchild. Let me have to get why he's down in the dungeon. Hold on 1 second. All right. Back when I was a boy, living on a farm with my pa, some bandits came and executed him for some unknown reason. I have recently found out that bandit, Jimmy Goldteeth, is being released in Skullport, and I must find him to revenge my pa.
Perfect. What was
What's your dad's name?
Also a great question.
It was also Jimmy for some reason, but you know, we gotta get to the gotta find out why he killed my pa.
Why he killed
this town's only big enough for one Jimmy Pa.
Why he killed your father, Jimmy Starchild. Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah. That's right.
And why
makes sense that he also had your last name.
And why was Goldteeth in jail in Skullport?
Probably for his numerous murders as an outlaw. But he's being released, not through the proper channels, so I must find him and avenge my pa.
Gotcha. Perfect. Yes, a tale of vengeance. A tale as old as time, some might say. Perfect. And next we have Mish.
Hi, I am MishroomSoup. I am going to be playing Melkiel. He is an albino Eladrin elf, goes by he, him pronouns. He is your local milkman cleric wombo combo, and he is here to help, and that's it. No ulterior motives.
Beautiful and not suspicious in the slightest. And last but certainly not least, we have Werewolf.
Hello, my name is Wherewolfbf. I use they, them pronouns. And tonight, as every night of the Cheese Lovers, I am Henrietta Alumax. And tonight I'm here to make sure that in addition to not dying from whatever screamed at us from down the hallway, I also am here to make sure that Mel does not kill the two other party members.
Well, he would never.
I do have in my notes that you were very close fingers from throttling Hex.
We don't know that for sure. We can't tell.
Amazing. And with that, Werewolf, did you want to do the recap for last week?
Absolutable. Hello. So last week, we had stopped near what we now know was the front of the beginning of the dungeon where we first dropped down in the little elevator lift. And we ran into this room that had some like statues, and there were people around. It was like, oh my god, there are people, but they ran away. So we followed them and found some really suspiciously clean hallways and thought, that's dangerous. Let's check it out. What happened was we started walking around, found a little corridor, and saw the fourth copper mask. Yes, we saw the fourth copper mask, and Hex went to go grab it, except it wasn't floating. It was in a gelatinous cube. Gelatinous cube? No.
Yes, you've got it.
Yeah. Yes, a gelatinous cube. And so we had the little fight with the gelatinous cube. These hallways, as far as we know, are pretty clear. We found a magical mirror of some sort that we can't use yet, so that's lame. And then we found a secret room with Halaster in it where he was like, I will answer 3 questions. So we asked some questions, and then we came down here and found a dead guy in a hole who wasn't dead and wanted to kill his party members. His name is Halith. So we're with Halith, and we go down this way despite his wishes for us to go northward, and found a cool hidden room where there was a statue that had some moving bits to it, and Gobloidus and Hex opened the moving bits, and then we heard a roar off in the distance, and that's where we paused.
Yes. Not so much off in the distance per se, as really more directly emanating from that room to your to y'all's
I'm
right.
sure it was really far away. I'm
So
pretty
far.
sure. We're like super safe. We definitely haven't rolled initiative already.
Yes, and to that end, let's just go ahead and dive in. So we actually have rolled initiative for everybody, and which puts actually Gobloidus at the top of the round. Gobloidus, the roar that you heard emanate from that passage, there was actually it took a moment, but it was actually like almost like a clipped goblin phrase, which you recognize translates basically to take up arms. At which point the roar that was that emanated from that room was echoed by clamors and shouts from the northmost chamber that equaled, if not surpassed, the volume of the shouts from that right room. We're at the top of the order, though. Gobloidus, what do you do?
So we heard some shouts. What do I see right now?
Currently, you don't really see anything, but you can definitely hear motion and rustling, like the picking up of weapons off the ground, and like deep breathing, battle chanting, that kind of stuff, both emanating from the north and the right of y'all.
Okay. Lotus is gonna sneak around to the back of that 2-headed statue and just hide over here and ready in action with a hand crossbow if anyone starts any trouble.
Sure. So, like, basically, the first hostile you see, you wanna loose at them.
Yeah, I might want to talk to him first, but if they start up something, then I will defend.
Okay. Go ahead and roll me a stealth check as you crouch down behind the statue.
Tim, can you send me a link again, please?
Oh, yes, gotcha.
18.
There you go. Let me know if that doesn't work for you, Hex. 18, Gobloidus, you crouch down and tuck yourself behind this statue, and you feel pretty tucked away from both the northern and the rightmost passage, that you would get the drop on them. But you do also realize that if you were to shout out and speak to them, you would probably give your position away, and wouldn't be hidden from them anymore. Hex, that makes it your turn. Again, you haven't seen anything just yet. You've just heard this clamoring and shouting.
I'm gonna do the same as Gobloidus. I'm just gonna hide behind here and take out my crossbow as well and get ready to attack whatever hostile comes. I have no need to talk to them.
Are you hiding like as a bonus action or as an action?
No, I'm just standing here next
okay.
to, like just with the crossbow out.
Gotcha. And much like Gobloidus, you're just gonna shoot at whatever hostile you see.
Exactly.
All right, perfect. Excellent. That is gonna make it the bugbear's turns. So the bugbears are going to start to clamber out of the of that rightmost room, and just to basically immediately begin their assault. So they cannot. They don't have enough speed in order to be able to get to y'all in one turn, so they're just going to dash up as close as that one can get. Same with this one. He's going to dash over to you. And this one is going to move up 30 feet and is going to throw a javelin at you, Henrietta.
No.
23 to hit, but it's just a glancing blow for 3 points of piercing damage as the javelin cuts into some of your circuitry.
And then do me and Gobloidus attack.
Yes, now both of your actions can go up. Were you attacking the guy running at y'all?
The one who immediately started throwing javelins, I'm gonna shoot at.
Okay, so that one hits. Go ahead and roll damage. And what about you, Gobloidus? Probably the frontmost one.
Yeah, the closest fellow to me.
Okay, gotcha. Wow, 21 points of damage. Yeah, you that crossbow. Or what kind of? You're using a hand crossbow as well, Hex?
I am, yes. And then the psychic damage on top.
Yeah, the crossbow bolt cuts deep, but then the psychic damage just riddles it and is debilitating. You see it drop to its knees, not dead, but severely damaged. Gobloidus, your 21 hits with your hand crossbow as well. Go ahead and roll damage. So 15 total points of damage. Much like Hex's bolt, it shears clean into the bugbear's side, a debilitating blow, bloodying it, but it is still standing.
Take that. You're not a goblin.
Basically. That does make it your turn, Melkiel.
Okay, and those two hits, it's looking pretty, like, messed up, right?
Oh, definitely. That one is, the frontmost one is bloodied. The backmost one is maybe even more so than that.
Okay, and we don't need what I was about to do. Yeah, he'll just do Toll the Dead on the frontmost one is looking worse, right?
Yeah. No, actually, the backmost one.
Backmost one is looking worse. And how far are you, bud? You're just in range. So sad. So yeah, Mel is gonna go ahead and cast Toll of the Dead.
On
and
the backmost
on
one,
the
right?
Yeah, on the backmost bugbear.
Gotcha.
And that is a Wisdom of 14 saving throw.
Oh, he's not very wise, but he rolls exactly what he needs.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it's not like a half damage thing, so he just shrugs it off.
He's already reeling from the psychic damage so much, it's just he's able to circumvent the thunder. Anything more from Mel?
I'm just gonna tell Matcha to step back, and nope, that's it.
Yeah, Matcha kind of runs back around the corner and peeks out very Scooby-Doo-esque, running back with what's the dog's name? Mocha?
Mocha, yeah.
Yes. Oh, Latte.
Latte and matcha.
We'll get a third pet, and that one will be Mocha.
For sure.
All right, that is going to make it Haleth's turn. Haleth is going to go, oh, I suppose there must be some fiends around the corner, and he'll start to strut. He's a little slow, though. He gets to about... He doesn't really have any ranged attacks, so he gets to about there with his weapon drawn. Actually, with his fists raised, but he doesn't have... But that's his action. But he wades in. That is going to make it your turn, Henrietta.
All right. Here's what I'm going to do, because this guy is right on top of me. Going to do a sickle attack. Oh, almost a nat 20. That's a natural, or a dirty 20, not a natural 20.
That'll hit. Go on and roll damage.
For 6 damage. And then I will spend a key point and do a flurry of blows on this man. So the first one is a 24 to hit.
That'll do it.
And the second is another 24 to hit.
Wow, yeah. All three of these blows just land in a thunderstorm of damage for another 14 more
14 more damage.
Amazing. Anything more for Henrietta?
I think I'm okay in this position where I am currently.
Amazing. Yeah, you come in like just a wrath as you slam your robotic digits and weapon into the bugbear, just cutting him down to size. He is still standing, but very bloodied at this point. It's at about this point that you hear the clamoring from the north grow a little bit louder, and you, the bugbear that you're fighting, Henrietta, it says again in clipped, guttural, like goblin tones, that Gobloidus understands. You hear him say, "Get bonk and junk. There are intruders." At which point it is going to be the goblins' turns. So several of them are going to start pouring out.
Oh, there's more guys.
Oh, yes. And these guys are taking the dash action to run out of cover and try to back their bosses up a little. And they're just sprinting out from behind this veil of this kind of corridor.
Oh, that's a lot of dudes.
It's a lot of dudes.
There's truly a lot of dudes. Those are all the goblins that you see pour out. You also hear more clambering from that, like echoing down from that northern chamber, and then you hear what could only be described as like guttural roars held in synchronous with each other, as which like just rises in pitch and tone, coming from that chamber. As Bonk and Junk are alerted. So give me 1 second as we get Bonk and Junk into the initiative. They rolled pretty low. So, they are going to go directly after the goblins. So, you hear, in addition to these loud cries, you hear giant thunderous stomps coming from that northern passage. You also hear the sound of small goblin bodies being flung to and fro as these large footsteps just kind of clamber through them, slamming them out of the way.
I need a union. We've talked about this.
But you do not see Bonk and Junk just yet, which puts us at the top of the order with Gobloidus.
Yeah, Gobloidus would like to get a crossbow shot off on this goblin here. Is he able to hit him from that angle?
Sure. Sorry, which goblin? This one? Oh, the bugbear? Yeah, you can hit the bugbear. It's not even at disadvantage.
Alright, sweet. So he's gonna take his little hand crossbow, give Wrinkle a little pet, and go ahead and release it on the bugbear.
Nice. Yeah, go ahead and roll the hit. A 16 is exactly what you need. Go ahead and roll damage. And Haleth is your ally, so you get your sneak. So that's going to do 18 points. Describe your kill as your crossbow bolt ends the bugbear's life.
The bolt somehow manages to just skim past the statue and land in the bugbear's neck.
Oh, nice. Yeah, the bugbear with the arrow in his neck falls to the ground, spluttering before dying. Anything more for Gobloidus?
Bonus action to stay hidden.
Sure, go ahead and roll a stealth check. Nice. Yeah, you feel like you went fairly undetected from that, like pulling back into this small cubby out behind the statue. Excellent. That is going to make it Hex's turn.
All right. It's time for some mischief. That's one. Let me post what I'm doing. All right. I'm gonna do some mischief. I'm gonna center it on where all the bugbears are coming out of. They all need to make wisdom saves.
You got it. The goblins are going to try to make their whiz save. They fail.
Amazing. Smell of apples fill the air, and each creature becomes charmed until the start of the next turn.
Amazing. So they won't attack you.
Yeah, I guess not. They like me. We're friends. It's their old buddy Hex.
Hex,
I bake them an apple pie.
Hex in like a slight goblin form holding an apple pie.
Come on, buds. What if we don't fight each other?
Amazing. Oh, I need to make the bugbear have a save too. He also fails. Yeah, he's charmed by you as well.
Oh yeah, I'm like, come on, guys. What if we don't fight each other anymore? We can be friends.
Amazing. Anything more for Hex?
That'll be all. Well, actually, I will give a bardic to Melkiel.
Thank you.
Amazing. All right, great. So that makes it the bugbear's turns. The bugbear that's caught in the charm effect says, "Get the intruders!" Except for that one, he seems pretty cool. And then rushes towards this one is going to rush towards Haleth. The one accosting you, Henrietta, is going to continue to attack you.
Okay. Here's
So 9 to hit you, Henrietta, is not going to do anything, and a 15 to hit Haleth does actually hit him. He's just wearing basic leather armor, and he takes 7 points of damage. But it doesn't look like he even acknowledges the hit. He just is like, he looks like he's still waiting for the blow to occur.
I forgot he still thinks that he's alive.
God, that's right. But we have bad news. Oh man, oh jeez.
That is the bugbear's turn. Melkiel.
Okay, so more stuff's coming from this way. Mel is going to cast oh, I used that slot. Okay, we're just gonna cast Moonbeam at 2nd level. And can I cast it like here so it kind of toasts the guys on this side but also catches people on the way out?
Sure. Do you want it to be like there, or maybe like 1 square down even?
1 square down, please.
Yeah, I gotcha. And let's change the color of it so I know it's different. We'll make that one light blue.
Okay. So Mel is going to cast that Moonbeam, just flicker of white light starts in the space, and then it just opens and expands into this burning ray. That is a 14 Constitution save.
They make it, so they're going to take half, right?
Yes, so they're gonna take half, and that is 6 radiant damage.
Oh, is it more damage because you cast it at a higher level, or did you cast it at the regular level?
I cast it at the regular level I wanted to, but I'm gonna save that other spell slot in case.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah, you see the crudification process begin to take place, and already you can see bleached white bones being laid bare. The 2 goblins that were caught up in it look barely alive, but still just barely kicking.
Okay, and that's gonna be Mel's turn.
All right. That is going to make it Haleth's turn. Haleth is going to cold cock the bugbear in front of him.
Hell yeah.
19 hits, 16 points of damage. He literally takes the bugbear's head off of its shoulders,
God.
and it goes flying against the wall.
Oh my god.
Sir, could you do the life? Is this just like, I'm blessed?
Truly, Joaquin has granted me her blessing and strength, he says as he struts over to the next bugbear and tries to punch it again.
I'm just imagining he just like the head goes flying off. He goes, Joaquin.
Amazing. The 15 though does not hit the bugbear. The bugbear is quick enough to put his shield up, which as Haleth's fist comes down against it, you see a crack appear in the tempered wooden shield underneath Haleth's fist. But that's it for him. That's gonna make it your turn, Henrietta.
Okay, so how's this one from me looking?
Oh, super busted.
Super busted. Okay. What I'm gonna do. I'm going to step over here. And then I'm going to Jim's Magic Missile. 2 of them on the one right in front of me, and then 1 over here to the side. So Jim's Magic Missile. It's going to be a 18 to hit.
That hits.
A 22 to hit.
That definitely hits.
18 to hit. So on the one in front, I'm going to do 9 damage on the one in front. And the one to the side is going to be 3 damage.
Yeah, the first 2 magic missiles just impact the goblin's body, and he falls to the ground, just dead. The second one, or the second goblin takes that magic missile on the chin and has a big old shiner. Anything more for you, Henrietta?
Henrietta looks back and goes, "Really? You would think no one in this dungeon had ever heard of hospitality." And that'll be the end of her turn.
Amazing. That is going to make it the goblins' turns. The 2 of the goblins are going to need to make those con saves because they're immediately caught up in the thing. They both fail. They have literally 1 hit point left, so...
Well, rip.
Yes, the crudification...
Do you want me to roll it for anyone coming into it? Or...
Okay.
Oh, I have to re-roll to see what happens to the people in that queue.
Oh.
8 points of damage. Okay, gotcha. Yes, so I'll keep that in mind for when people end up running through it.
They have to make a wisdom save again or still be charmed by me. They really like Hex. They love them.
Charismatic.
They just, you don't get fresh apple pie in a dungeon like this, really. So it's, they're loving it. That being said, though, the 3 goblins are going to move forward and attempt to surround Henrietta. Boop. And this one is gonna come up to Haleth. Actually, before I do that, I'm gonna have these 3 goblins. I'm gonna have them make just like a morale save. They critically fail. So, so these goblins up at the front, the 3 of them, like seeing that that the big bugbears have turned, or have been killed rather, they throw down their weapons, and all 3 of them immediately just begin to run.
That's fair. Bye, my friends. I'll see you later.
Yeah, they dash and just sprint away, taking the opportunity to get out. A few more goblins begin to arrive though on the scene, not really understanding what the energy is. One of them walks into it. He's gonna make the save. He fails and is immediately destroyed upon walking through the laser.
Well,
the other 2 goblins, they see that happen though, and they don't push forward. Instead, they draw small bows from their sides, and they line up in order to take pot shots at Henrietta and Haleth. Those are, I think, the only really ones that they can even spot. So 1 at Henrietta, 10 to hit, doesn't hit. 6 at Haleth, also misses. Shooting through the moonbeam, very difficult. It's like causing the tips of the arrows to curtify as they go through, just messing up the flight patterns. Just completely unable to. But you hear sounds coming from the north still. Like there are still more goblins lying in wait. Let me just move these boys out real quick.
all them boys.
Also, I heard something happen. Thank you for whatever just happened. Thank you. Domino, thank you for the bribe.
Oh,
I heard a thing occur. I'm like, thank you for the thing.
Dang, a whole 12 months, too.
I know.
a year.
I know, right? Goldmoonster subscribed at the beginning. 24 months. I was like, what the hell is going on?
Hey.
The goblins, they be sprinting out. Some of them you can see, some of them you cannot. But all chittering, very scared of their big, large bosses, which seem to be on their heels. That being said, so many goblins. What a chore this is, assembling all the minions. Anyways,
You could put them in the light. That would make it a little bit easier for you.
no,
You could-
it's fine, it's fine. But now it's Bonk and Junk's turn. Bonk and Junk are going to just come thundering out. Oh. Thundering through the
Oh,
goblins.
big guys.
There are two voices screaming in synchronous with one another. They continue to push through. One of the goblins ends up getting kind of like domino affected, pushed all the way up to the front and out into the moonbeam. He's gonna make the con save.
Damn.
He
Just
fails
gets
and
punted into the moonbeam.
is also just immediately destroyed.
That's so funny.
Damn. Sir, please. There's a big scary light.
You hear the Ettins roar in rage, both at the cowardice of their goblins and at the annoyance of being disturbed. But that puts us at the top of the round with Gobloidus.
Okay. Gobloidus would like to shoot the crossbow at the only... one of the only bugbears he can see, or goblins, the one by Henrietta.
Oh, all those guys are dead, I believe. This bugbear. Oh, I'm sorry. Let me put the mark on him. Sorry, on my end, there's so many names covering it. I forget everything. It's hard to tell. Okay.
Oh, they seem to be all dead. He's gonna come out from behind the pillar. Oh, everything's fine, guys. Look, this is great. Oh, there's someone over there in the corner, and he's gonna shoot up into this, right past the milk beam, into the bugbear behind it.
Perfect. Yeah, go ahead and roll the hit. And a 23 will do. Go and roll damage. You were hidden from the goblin, so the sneak attack is valid with 5 points of piercing. You just pin the goblin to the wall, and it just exsanguinates from the bolt as you just kill it with that one shot. Very nice. Anything more?
No, that's it. He's just gonna start dancing and be like, "Oh, we got them all. This is great."
Amazing. All right, that's gonna make it your turn, Hex.
I will mute. So I will move the mischief 10 feet into that little corner. Just so it's in as soon as people start walking in. Let's see what happens to them if they walk into it, though. 4. Which means it becomes difficult terrain. Which means if they run in there, they're going to be having some issue. Definitely.
Oh,
with that beam as well.
That's really nasty. Damn.
Also, since there's a bunch of like milk curds on the floor, is it difficult to rate? It's just like a banana slip effect.
Essentially, yeah. Just a bunch of bananas appear.
The field has made the cheese curds especially squeaky, so they're just so slippy. Amazing. Anything more for Hex?
Yeah, I will move, and then let me see. Oh. I will attempt to shoot the guy all the way in the back.
I'm not sure if you have line of sight on him. He's just yeah, you can see that guy. Okay, yeah, go and roll the hit.
All right, cool. I will take my little pod shot.
A 15 is what you need. Circumventing his shield, you hit. Go and roll damage.
Take this with 20 points of damage.
Holy shit. Yeah, the crossbow bolt pierces in, and it looks like it's a debilitating wound, but the goblin is still alive, but then his head just explodes.
That's pretty normal. That happens all the time with my attacks.
Oh, I forgot about these goblins down here. They run off. They're out of here.
Okay, good. Bye, goblins.
I gotta get out of here.
And that'll be all for Hex.
Perfect. That is gonna make it your turn, Melkiel.
All right. Have we heard any activity from these other halls?
No, they've been basically dead silent.
Okay, I'm just gonna keep up the milk beam then, especially since that takes concentration. Anybody take any hard hits? Or are we still looking
No.
pretty good?
I'm okay.
I'm pretty okay.
Okay, well
I'm
then
only
Mel
down
will. Okay, he'll just hold his action for a cantrip on whatever else comes out of here.
Sure, like a sacred flame.
Yeah,
Perfect. Yeah. Melkiel channeling.
especially. Oh yeah.
Oh, go on.
No, I was saying especially since it's gonna be like difficult terrain and all slippery.
Yes.
It's
yeah.
a deck save.
Melkiel channeling that energy, just waiting for the first fool to walk around the corner to be hit with it. Perfect. That is going to be Haleth's turn. Haleth is going to just start to, like, he doesn't necessarily know you guys very well or your abilities, so he's just going to start to wander over.
To the hall.
Yeah. And he's gonna just move into the field, but he's gonna stay away from the big laser. He won't get in. And he's gonna do much the same. He's just gonna ready his fists for the first person to walk around the corner. And that makes it Henrietta's turn.
Okay. So don't have a ton of range stuff, but getting up on Etten feels like a bad idea. Yeah, I'm gonna come down here and hold a casting of Witch Bolt for when the Etten comes in range.
Perfect. All right, excellent. Yeah, that electricity sparking between Henrietta's hands as they lie in wait. Excellent. The goblins are going to they're actually going to like hold back, and they're going to they're just going to completely like hold their turn at the behest of the Etten, because it seems as though the Etten have some form of dominance or superiority to them, as if they're their leaders. So I'm just going to switch them in the order. At which point, Junk is just going to continue his destructive path and come barrowing through. Okay, hold on. Let me do this properly, because it's going to be difficult terrain, and then also they're going to take the immediate damage. So that's 10 feet, and then 10, 20, 30, 40, 45, 55, 65. Okay, he's gonna dash through it. He'll make that con save. I'll go ahead and roll that damage. Or is this the 8 damage from before?
What turn? No, we're on the same turn. So yeah, it's the same damage.
And that Witch Bolt hits as well. Go ahead and roll that damage. What's your spell save DC, Mel?
14.
He just makes it. So he's going to take half of the Moonbeam. So he takes 4. And then also your spell goes off as well.
Yeah, and that's a dex save. Is that regular or disadvantage?
Oh, sorry. That would be at disadvantage. So go ahead and roll that damage.
Gotcha. 9.
So 9 plus the 4, plus the 7. So that's 20 points of damage on the Etten. Haleth punches as well as he runs by. Whack.
Charlie horses him in the thigh.
That's exactly what happens. He just punches him really hard, because that's like really about where he can hit. So
Oh wait, is this thing's technically large, right?
it is large.
Could
Yeah.
could he try to grapple him?
I think that Haleth is he's so surprised that that he doesn't recognize it like like he was just gearing up to punch, right? But then the second one comes one comes running. This one is named Bonk. He gets 30 feet up, and then he dashes. So 40, 50, and at which point Halaster is going to punch this guy and try to grapple him and leave him there. Fist. He hits with a 26. Instead of dealing damage to target, can grapple the target. Escape DC 14 if the target is large. So he just immediately becomes grappled, which reduces his speed to 0. He's also going to need to make the con save. He fails, so he's going to take the full 8 points of radiant damage. As Halaster just grips onto the large, thick thigh of the Etten, just holding him in place in the moonbeam as the Curdy energy is just stripping the flesh off of him. That is going to make it the goblins' turns. The goblins are going to move up, and they're going to just try to take shots if possible. I don't think they have very much vision though. Like they're pretty catty cornered. Really, they can only see. They can really only see Henrietta.
Okay.
Yeah, and they have a range of 80 feet, so I think they're all good to shoot at you. Yeah, you're within range of all of them. So they're just gonna open fire. Their arrows will blot out the sun. How many goblins is this? It's 8 goblins.
So many goblins.
All right, 8 range attacks at Henrietta because she's their only target available.
Oh no.
Henrietta, no.
What is your AC, Henrietta?
A 15.
Only 2 hit for 11 points of piercing damage.
Thank God. Oh, okay.
Henrietta, seeing the arrows coming in almost in slow motion, processing their trajectories, just is able to step and dodge out of the way of the majority of them, but a few of them go glancing off the cobbles and end up clipping her, dealing with 11 points.
Cool. I'm fine. Let me make my 8 concentration checks.
Oh, only two, because you only got hit
Or
twice.
2. Okay.
Henrietta, you're a monk, right?
Yes.
What level monk?
4 in monk, 1 in wizard.
You can deflect one of those missiles.
Oh, you're right. I could do I haven't used my reaction because I was gonna save it for shield, and then I remember I don't have any thingies. Okay, so deflect missiles. Use a reaction. 1d10 plus 7. Okay, I'm gonna try and. Cause I could straight up catch the 5, but I'm gonna try and catch the 8 instead. Or no, which one's actually hit? Sorry, the 21,
the 20 and the 21. So the 6 and the 5.
Oh, okay. Either of them I can just immediately catch, because I get a +7 to my deflect missiles.
Oh, awesome.
So I'll catch one of them and I'll use a key point to shoot it back at them. I'll catch the one that's the 6 piercing and throw that back.
Nice, and
so-
that's a roll to hit that you're doing now.
Yeah, it's part of my reaction. Let's see. Either way, they're going to be my long range, so it's at disadvantage. But that is a ranged attack as a monk weapon with disadvantage. Okay. So a 14 to hit.
Oh, just shy. The goblin is able to bring his shield up just in time. What would have been a very painful blow. But that's the Goblin's turns, which is going to put us at the top of the round with Gobloidus.
Oh, hey, big guys. You want some pie? We had some pie here earlier. Gobloidus is gonna come over here to get flanking on this Etten and go ahead and use this rapier.
Yeah, absolutely. Go ahead and roll to hit with advantage. An 18 is going to do it. Go on and roll damage.
Oh, and I also have Fey Ancestry, where I get a little extra damage, which is 3
Nice.
points.
Oh, wow. Cool. So equal to your proficiency bonus. So sneak attack of 11, piercing 6, 3. So that's a total of 20 points of damage as you just dive into the inside. Yeah, thrusting upward at the Eden, you definitely hit some vital organs that I will not name. Anything more, Gobloidus?
Oh no.
As his roguish bonus, he's going to disengage from this fellow.
Perfect. Awesome. That is going to make it your turn, Hex.
All right. Let's move the cube 10 more feet down the hall.
Okay.
And they gotta make wisdom saves or be charmed by this beautiful, beautiful creature.
Amazing. The goblins make it, so they still see you as their enemy, but let's see what the Eden thinks. He fails. He fails. So you hear him bark out again. This time he's speaking actually in giant. So I'm not sure if anybody catches this, but like similar to the other command of the
I
bugbear.
do.
Oh, you do? Henrietta, you hear him say, "Get the intruders," but that guy's okay. And you hear the other Etten go, "What are you talking about? He's clearly," and you hear them start to bicker a little bit, and then the two heads turn towards each other and start to bicker a little bit between themselves as well.
Great. I will. I'll take out the rapier and I go, "You heard the man," and I'm gonna stab the Etten that isn't in the cube. 18.
That'll hit. Go to roll damage.
All right. 17 points of damage.
Nice, yeah. Following the trajectory of Gobloidus' blade, you cut in deeper to where he had already wounded, and you can see Junk is bleeding pretty heavily at this point. Anything more from you, Hex?
I look at Junk and I go, I always liked Bunk better.
Both of his faces scowl at that. Amazing. That is going to make it your turn, Melkiel.
Alrighty. Is it a bonus action to move the beam, or would we say that's an action?
Oh, I can't remember.
I believe it's a bonus.
I think it's a bonus action.
Okay, it's 120 feet. Mel is going to scooch up. Like right here. Just kind of step over that corpse. And he's going to move the moonbeam back. Just to kind of get all these dudes so another flurry of arrows doesn't happen again.
Sure, yeah. Like, almost as if... almost as reminiscent of the gelatinous cube, the laser just shifts back over the terrain. How far does it go back?
It's going to go back. I'll say it's 35 feet, so it's still kind of at this little hallway.
So it ends up about there?
Up one more square.
One more, okay.
Like, I'm sorry, back towards me. One more.
Oh, I got you. Oh, that was too far. Like there.
Yeah, perfect.
Okay, perfect.
So getting all these dudes.
Yes.
Steve.
So all those goblins are going to make con saves. And they all fail. Go and roll that damage.
Alrighty. That is 10 points radiant.
They all just fry under this beam, turning to curdled bone. Oh, I am being informed that's an action to move the moonbeam.
Oh, it's an action? Okay. I'll still do it.
Okay.
Does it when it does it travel, like does it slide, or does it just kind of reapparate?
It kind of like reapparates. Yeah.
Gotcha. So these 3 are still there.
Yes, it doesn't like erase them like an eraser, no.
Okay, gotcha. All right, then that'll be Mel's turn.
All right, perfect. That is going to make it Haleth's turn. Haleth is going to continue with his twin fiery fist and just start punching. A 13 is going to hit, and he follows it up with a second 21 that also hits. He dealing a total of 18 points of damage to the Etten. Bonk is not bloody just yet, but Junk is looking pretty rough, which is going to make it Henrietta's turn.
Okay.
So the witch bolt goes off, right?
Well, I could choose to have the witch bolt go off. But that does take my action. So I actually think I'm not going to do that, and I'm going to let it sizzle out. I'm going to do my sickle attack. I'm going to do the classic sickle and flurry of blows. A 12 to hit this giant boy.
A 12 is exactly what you need. He's quite a big target.
Okay.
Go ahead and roll damage.
I had a feeling. I was like, they are big. So that's 5. And then I'll do my 2 unarmed strikes. Dirty 20 and a 13.
Nice. Yeah. Go ahead and roll those damage.
So 4 damage and then another 7 damage. And I actually haven't done this yet, but when I hit someone with my Fury of Blows, I can send like some of my ki into it and learn all of its damage resistances, damage vulnerabilities, immunities, condition immunities. And when I extract aspects, if they miss me, I can use a reaction to hit them again. So give me all that good resistance and vulnerability info.
Sure. They don't have any resistance or like hardline resistance and vulnerability per se, but you do know, like doing this kind of like ping attack as you take stock of the Etten, you recognize that the 2 heads could pose could pose advantages for overcoming checks to be like blinded or charmed or deafened, knocked unconscious, that kind of thing. 2 heads are better than 1.
Definitely. And yeah, I did extract aspects on it, so I can hit it as a reaction if it misses me.
Perfect.
So,
Is that it for Henrietta?
Would it be possible for me to sneak into this space over here, like kind of sneak around the corner?
You know, I'll say yeah. I'll say
Okay.
yes, but it'll be difficult terrain because you're kind of squishing.
That's okay. I'll be here.
Okay. All right, perfect. That is going to make it the Etten's turns. We'll start with Bonk because he is very low on life and he's very angry at you, Henrietta. He wields or he hefts both his battle axe in one hand and his Morningstar in the other, clearly aiming at you. The first Morningstar to hit, 13 to hit.
This is reaction. Hit this man again.
Let's see it.
Unarmed strike. He goes to hit me, and I fucking whiff.
Oh no! Wait, you would have advantage because we're flanking,
Oh, I
right?
do.
True.
With a dirty 20.
Hey,
I
that
hit
hits.
this man.
Let's see it. Go to roll damage.
5 more points of damage.
That is exactly what you needed. Go ahead and describe your kill.
Definitely. So Henrietta, like, it's a bead on this guy when she extracts aspect with a punch, and then she kind of like strafes around him, and she goes for a bicycle kick and misses on the first leg, and the second one just knocks him right under the chin.
Perfect.
Right chin.
Yeah, absolutely.
He
And
goes down.
and his one head goes spinning into the other head, and then they both end up spinning, and they end up on the ground dead. And Henrietta, as you walk in, you see that this is almost like a little waiting room, like where the bugbears had been like setting up and preparing. That is gonna make it. Oh, I'm sorry. And that's gonna make it. So Junk is down. That Bonk, seeing his partner fall, screams anguish and rushes basically to exactly where he had been.
Okay.
Halth gets an attack of opportunity.
Did he escape the grapple?
Oh, thank you. That I forgot about that. So he's gonna attempt to escape Halth's grapple of a DC 14.
Fail.
He rolled a 21. He's very strong.
Silvery barbs.
Silvery barbs. Okay, he'll reroll.
Love a silvery barbs. Yeah, 14.
The DC is 14. So you see the silvery barbs plunge in, and you see Bonk falter for a second, but then he roars even more angry at breaking Haleth's grip before moving into the fray between the two of you. But the escape is an action, so that is going to be it for him. The goblins over.
Real quick.
Yeah.
Druid, where do you send that advantage?
I will send it to Gobloidus because he's up next.
Woo!
Okay, perfect. The goblins are gonna make a morale check. They fail. You can see and hear from beyond the moonbeam. You hear bows and short swords go clattering to the stone cobbles of the ground as the goblins throw down their weapons and put up their hands in surrender, which makes it your turn, Gobloidus.
How about you, Etten? Are you surrendering? Do you want some pie?
Bonk roars in protest, and you see him. He screams, "For the glory of Xanathar, you will not take the big ears post while I am alive."
Ooh.
Oh, he knows about Xanathar, does he?
Yeah, in fact, as you look at him, you see that
Oh, does he have the symbol?
He does have the symbol. I believe it is. It's on his head.
Oh, perfect.
Which one?
Both of them, I believe. Hold on, let me double check. They are both Etten heads. All four of them are branded with the mark of the Xanathar. So that circle with the 10 equidistant points.
All right, then. I'm just gonna give you a little rapier.
Go, a 9.
And advantage.
16.
From silvery barbs.
Nice. Yeah, you feel Hex's unseen hand guiding your rapier blade in, and you make contact. Go ahead and roll damage.
You have sneak attack from advantage.
I
right?
like to imagine that behind Gobloidus, there's like a Patrick Swayze ghost moment. And it's like, at last, my love, and then just stab into this guy.
Amazing. Yeah, and they do have, he does indeed have sneak attack damage, plus the 3 from the Enten being larger for, 23 total points of damage as
Nice.
Gobloidus reenacting the first stab plunges his blade deep into the inside. As he plunges his blade deep into the inside. Sorry about that. Anything more for you, Gobloidus?
Sorry. He'll step back a few paces.
Amazing. All right, that is going to make it your turn, Hex.
All right, 10 more paces, just covering the goblins, just in case they get more morale for some reason.
Sure.
And
What does a 3 do?
a 3, each creature in the cube must make a wisdom save, or they begin to giggle, and the giggle creatures are incapacitated in all their movement in random directions.
Amazing. Yeah, you see all the goblins fail and begin to start like laughing and giggling at some unseen joke.
No, Hex looks over at them and goes, Did you guys know that diarrhea is hereditary? It runs in your genes.
Gross.
No. All right. Wrap it up, everybody. Campaign over. Roll credits.
Good one, buddy.
Incredible. Yeah, and the goblins, you find that the goblin pot of humor translates very well, and all the goblins begin laughing, falling on the floor. They don't have to move anywhere, do they?
No, yeah, they use all of their movement to go in random directions.
Oh God. Okay.
So some of them may run into the moonbeam.
That's what I'm thinking. Okay, so they're just gonna roll a d12 for each of them. Yeah, one of them runs into the moonbeam. He's gonna make the con save. DC 14, right, Mel?
Yeah, it was 14. He's just under it.
Go ahead and roll that damage. You can also drop the moonbeam at any time as well if you want.
These goblins can go.
I could. Is 11 on this
Holy
one.
Shit.
Yeah, it's just like walking through like a nuclear blast. The skin rips off of his body and his skeleton falls to the ground.
Died laughing. That's how we all should go.
Right. Let's make a note of this.
And now, jokes all aside, I'm going to eat this person's brain. So I'm going to cast Detect Thoughts on this effort. I need all of his knowledge. So wait, what's his surface thoughts right now? What's he thinking?
He's thinking about how basically he recognizes that he's dead either way. Even if he were to defeat all of you, which he thinks that he probably can't, then the Xanathar is going to come down hard on him for having so many underlings die no matter what.
Amazing. All right, now I need him to make that. Let me double check. I believe it's a wisdom save.
Gotcha. 10, so he fails.
Where I need to know where this Xanathar. What's this man's life been like? I am going to be taking his identity now, so I just want to know mainly, are there like a way to talk to the Xanathar on this floor that he knows of, or like what's his communication with them like?
Flashes of the Eden's mind. You see a number of things like come to the surface as you're pulling for this information. The first question: what is the Xanathar? Who is he? You see a horrible sight of what could only be described as a floating globe-like skull with a large single eye embedded in it, with multiple tendrils popping out from the top of it, each with a eye dotted at the end of it. Like a wicked curved smile crawling up the side of its face. You also see, strangely enough, you're not sure why, you see in this scene maybe the Xanathar is talking or addressing somebody, but you see in the background on a small pedestal, you see a fishbowl with a bright orange, about fist-sized goldfish floating around in it. When you ask where, like, how does the communication happen? You see goblin couriers like running about to and fro with like little messages strapped to them. What was your other question?
I mean, that's mainly it for right now. I mean, I've absorbed his life and will be taking him. So like, as he looks at Hex, he just sees he sees his own face start to form over Hex's like mask, and Hex like takes out a very bad paper mache like head and like sticks it on his shoulder. It's like, I am you now.
Incredible. You see fear in the Etten's eyes, both sets as this occurs.
Good. And that'll be all for Hex.
Amazing. Alrighty, that is gonna make it your turn, Melkiel.
Just gonna. There's no more commotion up this hall.
You did hear the sound of a weapon clattering to the ground past the moonbeam. In fact, like, I think you all would have a little bit more vision. I'll go in and reveal that up there. You see 2 goblins at the back of the pack.
Okay. Now I'll just move the moonbeam over here.
Perfect.
Wait.
Yeah. You slide the moonbeam back on over on top of Junk. He needs to make a con saving throw. $12, he fails. Go in and roll that damage.
Oof.
It'd be that 11, right?
15.
Oh, 15. Oh my god.
Yeah, the last one. Well, yeah. So if we're saving it per round, then the last one was 11.
I think it's fine because you moved it.
Okay.
So 15 points of damage as the white energy just lances into the Etten, tearing away his flesh. Anything more?
Nope, that's gonna be it.
Perfect.
And
yeah.
he is also going to drop moonbeam so they can take their hits without
Oh, nice.
fertilizing their stuff.
Is the
Nice.
word you're looking for curdling?
Listen, looky here.
I don't know. I like Curdleize personally, but
It has a different vibe. It does feel kind of Dr. Doofenshmirtz.
My fertilizer.
My Curtilizer-inator.
oh man, that's really good actually. All right, that is going to make it Hal's turn. He is going to wander back over towards the Etten and just start punching away. 2 16s, both hit for 20 points of damage. The Etten looks like it is barely standing, like a breeze would end its life. Your turn, Henrietta.
Cool. I'm gonna kick this man really good. Kick. With advantage because of flank.
Yes, with advantage.
A 25.
25 will do it. Henrietta, kick. Go to roll damage.
And a kick. 4.
4 points of damage. Go ahead and describe your kill.
This time it's kind of a side kick. Knock the 2 heads into each other. The kick hurts, but it's really the head's hitting that like really does them in. They crumple on top of the other guy who's already
Perfect.
crumpled.
Yes, and now they're just a pile of a couple of Ettins laying on top of each other, dead. Amazing. The goblins, again, have their weapons down and have their arms up. In surrender, they have taken the patches of the Xanathar off their arm, like their armbands, and thrown them to the ground and are stomping on them. You see several of them are like cheering and like maybe even like a few like tears are running down some of their faces as they celebrate your defeat of their masters. And with that, we're going to go ahead and take our first break. We'll be back in 15 minutes. So we'll be back at the 40-minute mark. Stick around. We've also got the raffle going on. Go ahead and hit ! Ticket to be entered into that. But yeah, stick around, Guilders. We will be right back.
Bye.
See you soon.
Hello, Guilders, and welcome back to Dungeon of the Mad Mage episode 6. Thank you so much for your patience during our short little break there. When we last left our intrepid party, they had just finished slaying just an absolute mess of enemies who had accosted them for coming into their watch post, seemingly. All members of the Xanathar Guild. After slaying numerous bugbear and several goblins, the remaining goblins ended up actually throwing down their weapons and surrendering to the party, recognizing the futility of their fight. We head back just right in with the party. So what do you guys do next?
All right, goblins, I need you to line up. All goblins who are alive.
Gobloidus lines up.
Yeah, you kind of get the sense that they don't necessarily have the greatest understanding of what you're saying, but they understand a command.
I speak goblin.
Oh, you speak Goblin? Perfect. Then they have a perfect understanding of what you're saying, and they line up. They line up very dutifully.
Gobloidus. I mean, it seems like they are happy that the Edens are dead, which is wild because they were like working together. But there's a thing in this next room. I can't quite make out what it is.
Well, I figured these goblins may have a little more insight in the. When I ate the Eden's brain, I did see goblin couriers going back and forth with the Xanathar. So it's possible these goblins may know quicker ways throughout the dungeon, and maybe
that's what you
passages.
were doing. You were like absorbing its memories or something. I was a little. I thought it felt a little like overkill, but I wasn't gonna stop you. I wasn't sure if I was missing something there.
Oh yeah. I was just absorbing its brain into my own. That's something I do. I told you I'd do that, didn't I?
Maybe.
All right, goblins. Which one of you are couriers for the Xanathar?
None of them raise their hands. One of them points to one of the dead goblins on the ground.
Oh, perfect.
Well.
Which one?
He points indiscriminately to a pile.
I just go over to that pile, and I just are any of them not the ones that we shot aren't like melted from the moonbeam, right?
No, they were just some of them were pinned to walls. One of them had his head exploded, but they're not melted per se.
I point to one of the non-melted ones with their head, and I go, "This guy."
The goblin nods.
All right, everyone, look away. You know the deal. Everyone, look away from me.
Do you tell this to the goblins as well?
No, I'm saying this in common. So.
Oh fuck. Okay. Definitely.
Gobloidus looks away.
Yeah.
And then.
So we're not warned. Okay. Mel is gonna warn them. He's not. They've suffered enough.
The goblins, not knowing what's going on, seeing Gobloidus walk like over into the corner, they dutifully follow behind him.
Oh, all these babies.
That's amazing. And then, as long as everyone looks away, Hex turns to a large gray monster and starts to seep out shadow magic into this dead goblin, bringing him back to life, only to answer questions.
Yeah, you see the goblin,
Alright.
the shadow magic entering into the goblin, his chest filling with what could be a semblance of air or just a false life presence as he animates.
All right. My question is, what's your normal path to communicate with the Xanathar?
We have a communication network down here. Normally, we send one goblin to the watch posts to send a message to another watch post.
Ah, that's actually very smart.
He's saying all this in goblin as well.
Yeah, that's actually very smart. Does anyone else have questions for this goblin?
I don't speak Goblin. Sorry, so I don't know what you've talked about already.
Oh, I've asked it about how it's been communicating with the Xanathar, and they've been sending them to posts by posts so that it's more what's the word?
Like a mail system?
Yeah.
So we don't know how far this one has actually gone.
I guess to whichever the nearest post. Where is the nearest post, my dead goblin friend?
On the second floor. Normally you can sneak through Goblin Town and they don't notice you.
Goblin Town.
Yes,
I looked at everyone. I go, everyone. There's a Goblin Town.
Ooh, do you know Uncle Larry?
I do not know Uncle Larry.
And then
Oh.
he dies.
Yeah.
Well, all right. Well, we know there's a Goblin Town that we could try to sneak through, and it may lead to the second floor for us. What's everyone feeling?
Sure. Did he
I thought
tell
Goblin
you,
Town was
where
on the
second-
second floor.
Oh, yeah.
Is it?
Right?
Let me clarify. Yeah, sorry, I might have said that weird. Goblin Town is on the second floor where that post is.
Okay, gotcha. Okay, so on the second floor, there's a Goblin Town that we can sneak to get to a Xanathar post.
Would someone who speaks Goblin ask one of this group if they know anything about the party member who's on this floor? No, Alice is looking for someone.
Yeah. Do you know what the party member you're looking for? What did they look like? Can we describe that to the goblins? That way, maybe we can help you find them.
Yeah, I can translate.
Perfect. Yeah, Haleth will go ahead and describe his remaining fellows. There was Copper Stormforge, who was a dwarf, individual, no beard, funnily enough. I've never seen a dwarf without one. He must have been. He was always. His fingers were always very quick. And then there was, of course, Midna. She was a priestess, similar to me, but I never managed to catch what her god was. But I don't know. I always got. I always felt uncomfortable in her presence. I'm not sure what. Maybe just the look in her eyes. And then, of course, there was Rex the Hammer. He's a bit of the leader of the group. He was, a bit of a ponce in life for sure. But he's the one that ended up giving me the final shove into the pit. So obviously I didn't judge him very well. Oh, and then of course there was Kellum, another just unsavory type. Just, that guy always got under my skin. Sorry, what was your question?
If the goblins have seen any of them.
Oh, that's a great question. Yes. Have Gobloidus, did you know if they've seen any of those?
Gobloidus will translate everything to the goblins and ask if they've seen a dwarf with no beard.
The goblins will look back and forth, and they'll speak kind of quietly and quickly between each other, and then one of them will nod and will turn to you, Gobloidus, and say, "Yes, we saw. There were a couple of days ago, I think it was, a few intruders managed to bypass us. They ended up just making a run for it to the second floor." And we decided not to give chase. That was, yeah, I believe there was a short, stocky man with no beard in that group.
Wow, so where is...
How many? Do you know how many there were?
The goblins chatter a little bit, and they go, I believe there were 3 of them.
Okay, well, how do you get to second floor?
the goblins point to the southern chamber where you saw those other 3 goblins run away in defeat.
So the one who was on this floor, they had already split up by the time the other group went to the second floor. Right?
Halif will chime in and say, it definitely feels like that. I definitely feel somebody closer on this floor than I do the other 3 on the lower ones.
Okay.
Truly, Joaquin's guidance is flowing through me, and he says like a little prayer,
Well,
and he does like the Hail Mary.
So I
Pulls
also,
out rosary.
Yeah.
I also wanted to talk to you about that. You got hit rather hard back there. How are you feeling from that hit?
Oh, I'm fine. I feel great, actually. If you hadn't told me I'd been hit, I wouldn't have even known it. And Mel, as you like look over him, like he definitely, like, obviously his body has taken some superficial damage, but there's no blood dripping from it. It's seemingly staunched of its own accord, and he looks fine.
So we'll walk and talk, but no. So okay. You don't seem to be aware of the state you're in. What
Mel said, "Let me tell you about you."
Yeah, he's had to unfortunately inform people that they are dying. He's never had to tell someone that they were already dead. So it's different. He's just when I was healing you earlier, healing you to the best of my abilities, I can't heal undead creatures. That's why I set your arm in that sling.
Of course, I mean, healing undead, that would be a mockery of life.
Yes, so that's why I couldn't heal you. Do you understand what I'm saying?
I'm not sure if I'm following.
I don't think you weren't fully. If Joaquin did resurrect you, you weren't fully resurrected. I don't sense you as a living creature. You are unliving, it seems. I'm sorry to say.
Go on and make a persuasion check.
Okay, he has his like doctor voice on, like, oh, I'm sorry. A 9. Can I use my bardic inspiration for earlier that I never used?
Yeah,
Sure.
Is that a 6? 8?
D6, yeah.
Okay. Okay, well, 11.
Yes, truly, Joaquin works in mysterious ways. I cannot question the blessing that has been bestowed upon me, but I can truly sense in my heart of hearts that this is Joaquin's will, and she has guided me towards this path. But I do appreciate your concern for me. I feel all right, though. I feel okay. But that you set my arm, and it already feels much better. Maybe I'll be able to take it out of the sling in the next couple of days, even.
Mel's just looking at him like, you know what? I will look at it in a few days.
I just think it's just so funny.
It is still just like flopping around.
Yeah.
Hey,
Fully
so
like rotten and dislocated and shit.
I'm curious, what do you plan on doing after succeeding with your revenge?
I had not thought that far ahead, but I'm sure that Joaquin's path will guide me then as well as it is doing now.
Okay.
Definitely.
Oh, all right. Well, I will continue to keep an eye out for you.
I mean, it's not like he can die anymore.
Well,
truly Joaquin has blessed me with such rejuvenation and good health. I agree. But thank you. I do appreciate as a fellow man of faith and good healing. I do appreciate the concern.
Of course, anytime. We'll circle back. We'll just move forward for now.
Does he know what a revenant is? I know last
put a pin
time
in
Hex
it.
like rolled a nat 20 on finding out what he was,
Essentially.
but does he know what a revenant is? Have you ever heard of a revenant, my friend?
Is that one of those? Is that one of those newfangled city guardsmen?
No. You know what?
Okay.
I think it's fine. I think you just got to keep going with what you feel.
Of course, yes. Joaquin will surely guide us. And Melkiel, Haleth like goes like as he's thanking you, he goes to put a hand on your shoulder, and like you can feel his skin. You can feel his skin. He is fucking cold as stone. He is as
Yeah.
cold as a corpse.
Yeah, cold, no pulse, not healing, just
Nope.
rotten. Mel's just nodding. Kind of like a not furiously nodding, but just kind of yeah, this is happening. Okay, all right. I have to change my strategy. Well, let's find. Oh gosh, I want to talk about this before we find your compatriot, but we have some walking to do. So let's keep walking.
Yeah. Do we want to try to go to the second floor? Or do we want to find the compatriot on this floor?
If they're close, whereabouts do you feel them, Halathar?
That's a great question. I don't have an exact bead. I'm kind of just following my heart here, but I believe I can feel them maybe to the northeastish a little bit of us. We might need to backtrack. I would of course hate to get in the way of your adventure. We can of course meet up later if you would like. I can go handle my business and you could proceed, or you could accompany me. It's completely up to you.
Do you think that you can handle whatever business you can in an hour?
An hour, Joaquin works in mysterious ways, but she has given me strength. I'm sure in any period of time I would be sufficient. Maybe a little longer than an hour or so. But again, you don't need to wait for me. We can we can maybe link up at Goblin Town. That sounded rather jovial.
Okay. I mean,
Yeah.
I think so. I think that's fine. I will give you my last bardic because I did promise I'd help you. So go forth and murder.
Oh, thank you, kind shape changer. I will use it well.
Gobloidus is trying to make a little conga line. He likes that.
Yeah, the goblins seeing you, like Gobloidus, they feel a little bit of safety and maybe familiarity with you, so they're kind of just like dutifully walking behind you, trying to keep out of the way and also like not cause any trouble, basically avoid the ire of the rest of the party.
Doing great, guys.
Honestly, I think they should be our guides into Goblin Town while we let our friend go and handle the business.
That sounds good.
Well, I am curious what else is around here.
Yeah. What's in that room over there?
Like I said, there's some sort of shape. If I went in here, could I better make it out, Timbo?
Yeah, with the light on, and actually giving it a moment, you can see that it's like a small table that it seems like the bugbears were maybe sitting at, having a meal.
Oh, gotcha. Troubling. Is there anything in the room down here?
Dinner in this economy? Ooh.
No, in fact, as you walk around that tunnel, you find that it circles back.
Cool. All right, one mystery solved. They were simply having dinner before they died.
And we asked the
Oh.
goblins if there's
Wait,
any
what were
like
they eating?
treasure or.
It seemed that they were eating just like regular rations, nothing special. Maybe bowls of stew that smells maybe a little foul. Who's asking the goblins about treasure? It was
Mel
you?
asks one of the. Well, yeah, he's asking one of the translators if they could ask if
What,
he
treasure?
can speak
I love
Elven.
treasure. Hey, you guys seen any treasure? He says in Goblin.
Yeah, the goblins whisper a little bit more between each other, and they point to like the back area, like where they came from, and they say, "Bonk and Junk had a little bit of loot."
Oh, yeah. They said it's up north where Bonk and Junk were.
All right, and let's go take a little look.
Yeah, as y'all progress upward, you see that all three of these doors actually lead into another chamber. There is a doorway to the right, as well as an open space to the north, which opens into a larger area as well.
Okay.
And this northmost passage terminates into a dead end.
Okay. What's in this door?
What's in this door?
Yeah, Gobloidus and Mel, you crack open the door, and you see it leads into like a T-junction hallway, the far end of which you can see another doorway rather. To the
Is this a
south,
body?
it is a body actually. You see a dead goblin corpse there, seemingly beaten to death.
No.
I'm gonna take some bones for my bone bag.
They're pretty fresh, but
Oh, meaty bones.
But yeah, you also see as you progress in a little bit, you see there is a small alcove with a pile of rubble at the or sorry. You see that there is a statue standing in this like kind of alcove space.
Mhm.
Behind the statue is a small pile of rubble. You also see that the statue itself is holding a spear, which glints with a gold sheen in the light.
Mel's
Oh.
going to investigate the spear and also prepare his hand to smack other hands away. He's sick of their shit.
Oh, a spear, you say?
The hand is ready.
Yeah, go in and make it. Go in and make an investigation check, Melkiel, with your hand ready to whack.
Can I help with that?
Sure.
I put a hand on
thank
Hex's shoulder.
No, I would never think about touching that. Lie.
You have advantage, Mel,
Oh,
because I'm helping you.
Oh, by the
Gotcha.
way, I
I
love
thought you.
your new
I thought you
head.
were helping me keep their hands off the fucking.
Oh no, that's how I'm giving the help action is holding Hex back.
Okay, gotcha. It's a 16.
With a 16, it's almost imperceptible, but as you're staring at the statue, you see a light tremor move through it, and you see as almost if it were breathing.
Ooh, don't like that. He lets them know. Does it look like it's an illusion or?
It's hard to tell. It does definitely look physical.
Okay.
It's
Ooh.
breathing.
Should we put our mask back on?
Never took mine off.
That'd be same.
You
Oh,
were
now you
saying that
need
to get
two.
me and Mel to put our masks back on.
Essentially, yeah. And Melville, he'll put his mask up and look at it, see if there's a difference.
Yeah, as y'all look through the vision of the mask at the statue, there's no difference. It looks the same. It's still just imperceptibly breathing.
Okay.
This boy.
This could be a trap. The spear is very nice. Why wouldn't they have taken the spear for themselves? I just think this is a trapped weapon.
Henrietta goes, "Hello, is there someone in there?"
No response from the statue.
Interesting.
You do notice though that the goblins that had been following you, Gobloidus, they have not followed you up into this room. In fact, like looking back out the door, you can see them kind of cowering around the corner.
Oh,
Oh, man.
yeah.
Oh,
I
that's
expected
fine.
them to wait there. That's okay. Gobloidus would like to attempt to fashion an additional bronze mask for Hex's second papier-mâché head out of some garbage and cheese crumbs.
Perfect. Thank you,
Wait,
Gobloidus.
Your face was looking a little nude. I think you need a mask.
Now I have 2.
Incredible.
Timbo.
one for each head. Yes, Werewolf.
It's like the statue is breathing.
Yes.
Breathing.
Definitely.
Stab it.
Definitely. I think if we engage with this at all, we should all take a couple steps back. Can I look at the rubble?
Yeah, make an investigation check.
A 13.
A 13. You notice in the rubble, at first blush, it just looked like stone, but looking at it, it does appear that the stone is marble.
But like, do I see any? Does it look like pieces of the rubble are pieces of the statue that are there right now?
With a 13, you can't tell, but you do notice that the coloration of the marble is very similar to the coloration of the marble of the statue.
Definitely, definitely. Interesting. I think everyone should take a step back right now.
You insist.
Okay.
Oh, I'm sorry. Let me go ahead and reveal the map a little bit more as well. Because it also heads to the north, and there's another door there too, and you can see there are a couple more alcoves to the north with a couple more statues.
Cool. Yeah, I think that this is some kind of duplicate that is alive. I don't know if it's a living statue or if it's some kind of ooze like the last statue we saw, but I'm pretty positive the original statue is there on the ground.
Well, I'm not touching it.
I want to touch it. Can I? Is no one gonna stop me?
Mel's gonna stop you for 10,000%. And he was just like reaching in his rations. He was gonna give Gobloidus like a small, like cheese treat. Like, good. Yes, you're learning.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, of course.
Hex wants to make a dash for the spear.
While Melkiel is feeding Gobloidus their treat, Hex, seeing his opportunity, sprints for the
Okay,
spear.
can I? Oh god, I want to fire a firebolt at it before he gets there.
All right, well, everybody go in and roll initiative.
Hex.
Oh damn! I only got a 6. So you.
Mel's gonna fashion like one of those child collars. That sounds
gotta-
terrible.
You need a child. You need a child leash for Hex.
Yes,
He's definitely
yes.
a leash kid.
Which is still bad, but
Henrietta, what is your dexterity modifier?
My dexterity modifier is a +3.
+3. Okay, so your it also rolled a 19. So but you're slightly more dexterous. So you go first. Go ahead and roll your to hit.
Well, Henrietta's going to do a couple backflips backwards before she does her spell.
Fuck yeah.
And like as she's going to go make the landing, she'll do a firebolt, which is a 24 to hit
That'll absolutely hit. Go ahead and roll damage.
or 11 damage.
Wow, yeah. The fire lances into what you would expect to be the stony form of the statue. However, as it hits and connects, you see the statue's form ripple underneath the bolt, and as if it had been disturbed, and in doing so, you see the statue begin to animate and come to life, and realize that it was simply a creature pretending to be the statue. You dealt 11 points of firebolt damage as you lanced into it. Very nice.
And that'll be my turn.
Perfect, which makes it the very large mimic's turn. It sees you reaching for it, Hex, and it goes to just whack you with a pseudopod.
That's fair.
18 to hit.
18 will hit.
You take 7 points of bludgeoning damage, and the mimic adheres to anything it touches. A huge or smaller creature adhered to the mimic is also grappled by it. So you are grabbed by the thing, so your speed reduces to 0 as its slimy like tendrils wrap around you, grabbing you.
Oh.
DC 13 to escape, but it has but checks are made at disadvantage.
Okay.
So that is the mimic's turn. That is going to make it your turn. Gobloidus, you see that the statue come to life and slimily begin to drape its pseudopods around Hex. What had looked like the firm golden spear becomes all droopy and floppy and wraps
Gross.
up Hex, seemingly a gold pseudopod. What do you do?
Oh, that's not a good weapon. Gobloidus will come over and help out by using his warning rapier on the mimic.
Yeah, absolutely. Go on and roll the hit. A 19 will hit. Go on and roll damage. For 11 points of piercing as you stab into the body of it, making sure not to hit your friend who is currently just grappled by this thing.
As a afterthought, he'll throw a piece of cheese at it and say, "Eat this instead."
Amazing. Yeah, you throw it right into its hungry mouth, which has appeared in the center of the statue's stomach, torso, like a mouth just appearing, which you just chucked a little wad of cheese into. Amazing. Hex, that makes it your turn.
All right. I being grabbed by this pseudopod, I need to. Let's see. I'm gonna cast Bane on this thing. It's gotta make a charisma save.
It is not very charismatic. It fails.
Hell yeah. It's got a minus a d4 on all of its attack rolls and saves, baby.
Wow, nice. And you're concentrating this on. Okay, cool.
I am indeed. And that'll be it for Hex.
All right, that is going to make it your turn, Mel.
He's just giving Hex a look, but we have to fight. So he is going to cast Toll of the Dead on this mimic, and it's just kind of like, we're gonna talk about this later, but that is a 14 wisdom save.
14 whiz save. He fails. Go ahead and roll damage.
Oops. Oh wait, yeah, there we go. A 19 necrotic.
Wow, that is a staggering whack on the mimic, which just the necrotic damage reverberating through through the tendrils and pseudopods calcifying and dropping off. Very nice. Anything more for Melkiel?
No, that's it.
All right, beautiful. That makes it Henrietta's turn.
Okay, I'm gonna do it again. Another firebolt. Oh, he doesn't hit. That's an 11.
Yeah, it just
We don't
glances
know
off of
that.
the mimic's stony surface and into the wall. Anything else?
Definitely. No.
All right, perfect.
Henrietta sighs very loudly.
And
But doesn't
Mel
say
looks at her.
anything.
Yeah, yeah,
Say
like right
anything.
gestures.
Mel and Henrietta are just sharing a look over, like at range. Incredible. All right, that is going to make it the Mimic's turn. The Mimic is going to, perform a bite on Hex. So he's going to roll the D4 and subtract that. So -1, and then he has advantage on attack rolls against creatures grappled by it. So he's going to be rolling this at advantage. But a 9 is not going to do it. You just manage, like the piece of cheese that Gobloidus threw into the Mimic's mouth just like kind of wedges it in just such a way that it can't just get the bite pressure down to penetrate you. And you just take no damage from it, which is going to make it Gobloidus' turn.
Saved by cheese! Gobloidus is all hyped up about the cheese, and he's gonna stab the Mimic again with the rapier.
A 13 is just enough. Go in and roll damage. And, oh, I'm sorry. You should have had sneak attack from before, right? Because you have an ally within 5 feet. I believe that's correct, right? Man, I forget those sneak rules.
There's a sneak. If you have advantage, and then if another enemy of the target is within 5 feet.
Yeah, so that is Hex. So you're good to go. So you do get the sneak attack damage. So you do 8 plus 11, 19 total. Yeah, your rapier penetrates deep into the stony exterior of the Mimic, lit with black Icarus blood flowing cleanly. The Mimic looks very badly hurt at this point. Anything more?
No.
All right, perfect. That is going to make it Hex's turn.
All right, now that this old thing is got me. What is it to get out of the grab?
DC 13, but you have disadvantage.
All right, athletics, acrobatics, what do I got?
Oh, yeah, you can use athletics or acrobatics.
Okay. Let's do it at disadvantage then. 14.
14, nice, yeah. You are just able to slip out of the tendrils, breaking free, and you're no longer grappled.
I look and go, nice try, fake statue, but I'm smarter than you.
If you move back, it will get an attack of opportunity against you. Is that okay?
Yeah, it's fine.
It's going to go to bite at you, but it rolls an 8, -1, so 7. Again, it just impotently bites at you, the cheese gumming up its works. Very nice. Anything else, Hex?
I think that's an action, right?
Yeah, breaking out is an action.
That'll be it then.
Alrighty, that is going to make
I'll
it
just
your
move
turn,
back.
Melkiel.
All right, how's it looking?
It looks pretty hurt at this point.
Okay, yeah, I'm just gonna hit it with another Toll of the Dead. Whiz 15.
He double nat fails. Go to roll damage.
How sad. A 16.
Wow, that was like 1 point more than what you needed. Go ahead and describe your kill.
He's just casting the most disappointed stare at Hex as he doubles back and flings his hand out. It's like the tips of it, like just his nails and the very tips of his fingers going black with a dark energy, and the
Ow.
mimic kind of crumples in on itself with soft wood and flesh, like it's balled up like paper, and it disintegrates.
Oh,
He's just like,
beautiful.
don't touch things. Stop.
Perfect. Yeah, as if the bonds of the mimic itself became undone by the spell, it just crumples into nothingness on the ground, and y'all find yourselves out of combat. Well done. Unfortunately, it does take the gold spear, which seemingly was unfortunately part of its body with it, as it melts away.
Hex drops down to his knees and cries out to the heavens.
Melkiel walks past him to go see what's in this door, just kind of steps around him.
Amazing. Yeah, Melko, you walk up, you crack open the far door, and you find that it leads into a almost like a forge looking area. You see that at the far end there is an anvil, as well as like a more classical forge. You see that there is like a large like blacksmithing table over to the right with some bloody creatures on it, and then you also see to the north is that forge. Ba, ba, ba. And hanging above the anvil from a thick iron chain is a 7,000-pound stone hammer, which is 10 feet long and 8 feet wide. That's kind of floating up above it.
Holy moly. Is there anything on the anvil or any tools in here we can see aside from that big hammer?
As you approach the like where the forge is, you see that it's not really on. It doesn't look like it might have been used in a while. Like it doesn't look properly maintained. Glancing at the stone hammer, you do see that there are runes that have been carved into the side of it, and you do see, like, looking down like into the forge, you do see a couple of large sacks that have been tucked like almost inside of it for safekeeping.
Okay. Gonna check those out.
Yeah, absolutely. One of them is quite heavy, and it's like maybe a little difficult for you to move. It jangles like metal as you do so, and as you dump it onto the ground, you see that it is filled. Like opening the sack, you see it is filled with iron ingots. It looks like maybe well over 100. It feels like it's well over 100 pounds worth of metal. Appearing seemingly iron. And the second sack you can immediately tell is a gold coin, or is coins of some nature.
Okay. So yeah, he'll look at those as well and divvy out all the stuff.
Is Gobloidus hoping Hex root around in this mimic? Because Hex is definitely rooting around in this mimic.
Ew.
Yeah, what's in here? Give me my cheese back.
Yeah, let's get that cheese back for sure.
It's all half digested.
Those are the contents of the sack. There, you do a quick count of them. You like pour through the remains of the mimic. You don't really find anything per se. Like it doesn't, as opposed to like your standard chest mimic, right? This one kind of was in a different format, right? It was in statue form, so it didn't really have like a cavity necessarily to hold treasure, right?
All right, well, we at least get the cheese back, and then we go join everyone else.
Yes.
Yeah, Gobloidus and Hex rejoin the group as Mel, you're just finishing counting up the lucre.
Okay. The silver pieces are uneven, but he is able to give everybody 350 copper pieces. Silver pieces, everybody gets. Oh god. 87, and there's one left over? That's how math works. Okay. I'm sorry, I'm struggle bussing this Sunday. But yeah, he'll divvy up the loot.
Cool.
Anything special
Ooh.
about that giant hammer floating above us? Aside from it being McLarge? Like, do we see any runes on it, or?
Yeah, you definitely see runes on it. Looking at it, there are runes on both sides of it. Both sides of the
Ooh.
stone head.
Did you want to use the forge, Melkiel?
No, I don't want to use the forge. I'm wondering who did with a hammer that large.
How
Does-
big exactly is this hammer?
Oh, it's fucking huge. It's first of all, it's hanging from the ceiling, from thick iron chains. It's 10 feet long and 8 feet wide, so it's massive. Does anybody speak Dwarven?
No.
I
No.
can.
No.
I comprehend languages. What does it say?
You see that one side of the you see that one side of the stone hammer has the dwarvish runes for earth and water carved in. The other side is carved with the runes for air and fire.
Ooh.
You definitely get the sense that this was maybe a dwarvish forge at one point.
Oh. Okay. How high up is this hammer?
It's not hanging super high up. It's like in such a way that like it could slam down onto the anvil repeatedly, right? Like it's kind of like almost like resting near it, if that makes sense.
Oh, yeah. So like it looks kind of like they would put whatever they need onto the anvil, and then there'd be some type of mechanism that would drop the hammer.
Basically, yeah, that it would like cause it to swing into it over and over again. Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, this was a dwarven forge at some point. That hammer is very magic. It's got all the elements across it. So
Looks heavy.
Sure it is. All right, let's go.
are we not taking this hammer? We don't want it?
No, we're not taking this hammer. Where would we? No, none of
None of us
us
can
would be
carry
able to
it.
wield it.
I mean, you're already being weighed down by 120 additional pounds of iron ingots too.
Yeah. Who's
Right.
holding the ingots?
I'm not taking any of the ingots. I have no need for them.
I also don't need
Same.
ingots. Yeah.
Me too.
They're cool.
I
I'll
mean,
take like
Mel
2
will
of
take
them
one,
for
but
fun.
yeah, maybe I'll throw it at somebody later. But I'm not
Yeah.
Yeah,
just brick someone with an iron ingot.
the iron appears to be fairly high quality. You probably could get 5 silver for it.
Cool.
Okay, yeah.
Iron.
Well, now that changes a lot now.
And 5 copper,
5 silver.
5 silver.
that changes quite a bit.
3 of them. I could handle 3 extra pounds. That won't break my back.
I
Yeah,
can
Mel will
carry
take
quite a
2.
bit.
I'll take 3.
How much can a person carry usually if they have 15 strength?
Your carrying capacity is your strength score multiplied by 15.
I was gonna say
Okay.
that's one of the things I don't know off the top of my head.
I
Then
mean,
could
that's a
take
pretty
these.
solid amount of weight.
Yeah.
15 times 15.
It's 225 pounds.
Yeah, I take them. I'll take the rest. Put them in one of my mini compartments that I keep
You're
pulling
just
things out.
Jangling around.
So that would mean that you have about 100.
I took 3 of them.
Okay. So Henrietta took 3. Gobloidus took 3. How many did you take, Melkiel? Just one?
Yeah, Mel took 2.
Mel took 2. So 8 have been taken altogether. So it's 112 pounds worth of iron ingots. So that means you can carry 113 pounds of other things. Would you say that? I would probably guess that the rest of your clothes and stuff probably, and your gear, your adventuring kit, probably less than 113 pounds.
That is correct. It is at 61.34 right now.
There you go.
So
Perfect.
I'd
So you can
take-
carry like 50 more pounds of shit.
I'll take
Ooh,
I'll take
shit.
50 of them. Oh no, there's no shit here. Gobloidus.
Ah! Oh my god.
Yeah, just tucking them into your pack, hefting the sack when you can't, it's like, like when you have an overloaded fridge and you're like pushing all the things to the side and like trying to like jam like ingots and like being clever about it, but then you're just like, you still are stuff with just a bunch that you're just going to have to carry in a sack.
Yeah, I just take out one of the. I just produce a different sack, not the bone sack, but a different one for these ingots.
On one hand, I think that it would probably be prudent for you to get like a magical bag of some sort. But on the other hand, I shudder to think of what you will put that bag through.
Oh my gosh! If I get one of those bags of holding,
See, that's what I'm saying. It
life
would be
would just be
disastrous.
endless.
So let's see. That area, that one goes back out there. I guess what's the door down to the southeast? Does that take us back out to the like the exposed Underdark or whatever?
Yeah, so you'll wander back over to that door that y'all had cracked open. Oh, I just realized that the forge was never on the screen during the stream. That's fine though. That's fine. Here's the forge. It's lovely. It's beautiful. So yeah, y'all go walk back over to the door and crack it open.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, cracking the door open, you see that it leads into a long corridor that goes to the south.
I have a feeling it might be a dead end again, but not worth a shot to go look.
Yeah.
Yeah, you'll trudge on down the
No harm in
corridor
being thorough.
and find that it extends out into another passage to the south with 2 more directions to go. Boop.
Cool.
Boop. And rounding the corner, you see that this direction is a door, and this direction is another section of hallway with another terminus to the south.
I do like doors.
We'll check out this door.
Yeah, absolutely. Melkiel, what's your passive perception? I know it's high, right?
Is 16, yeah.
16. Melkiel, as you approach the door, your passive perception picks up on the fluttering of wings behind the door.
Wings?
Eh.
Say again,
Like
Werewolf?
insect wings or bird wing? Oh, sorry.
Or dragon wing or manticore wings.
Smaller,
Right.
smaller than manticore wings. I would say make me a nature check.
An 18.
An 18. These almost sound like they would be bat wings, except they're like a little bit bigger.
He will hold up a hand to stop them and be like, wait, there's something flapping behind this door. Is it one thing or multiple things?
More than multiple, I would say lots of.
LOTSA, Latsa.
There are a lot of flying things behind this door. I think we should either find a better way into it or, I mean, how combat ready is everybody? I mean, we just went through 2 pretty decent
I
combats. Are we
am
tired?
feeling pretty drained.
Maybe we come back to the store when we've had a little bit of time to rest.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, let's see what's down here.
Yeah, absolutely. And continuing the path, you find that the corridor terminates into hard stone wall, as if the dungeon just has not been expanded out this direction yet.
Ah, what is this? Gobloidus would like to use the Wand of Secrets.
Yeah, absolutely. Gobloidus, you heft the wand into your hand and you say the activation phrase. What is the activation phrase for the Wand of Secrets, by the way?
Soil.
You say the activation phrase soil. The wand glows with an inner light, but then nothing happens.
Ah, soil. There's nothing here.
Well, shall we? I guess what I'm curious about is obviously we saw where 3 goblins ran away, right? They ran
Yes.
to the south of that big room.
Mhm.
I'm guessing that's probably the way up to the 2nd floor, right?
You also remember that when asked, the goblin pointed that direction to the 2nd floor.
Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah, I mean, do we all want to go to the next floor? Seems we have lost Haleth, so nothing is terribly keeping us on this floor.
Yeah, I'm ready.
Yeah,
All
we can
right.
go.
And I look at Mel and I'm like, and I do mean terribly. I can't say I'm missing his company too much right now.
I miss him. He's such a
We
cool, fun person.
we need to. He doesn't know. I feel like he's just going to hurt himself the longer he doesn't know.
I feel like there is not going to be a way for us to convince him short of a literal miracle.
Hey guys, how you doing? Says to his goblin buddies.
Oh, the goblins look in, surprised to see the mimic defeated, and they say to you in Goblin, "Wow, you really, you showed up, you defeated our bosses, and then you took out that thing. Who the hell are you guys?"
We're cheese lovers.
Going on an adventure with us is really a breeze.
Henrietta looking into the
Easy.
camera.
Almost from nowhere, you hear uproarious laughter, almost as if a laugh track has been played.
Oh my god.
Perfect.
Immediately regretting the joke. Okay.
The goblins will look at you, Gobloidus, and will say, with the Xanathar taken out of this outpost, do you think you might be able to take us to the Goblin Town? We might be safe there.
That's exactly where we want to go. Can you lead us there?
Well, none of us were ever selected for scouting duty, so we could probably figure it out. I've heard a few stories of passage.
Oh, I feel ya. Yeah, we'll just go south and look out for each other.
Did the Ed know how to get to Goblin Town?
The
Or
Etna
when-
knew that Goblin Town was to the right after the stairwell.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, well, let's do a nice little convoy. Get these goblins to safety.
Yeah.
Amazing. Yeah, so y'all head on off, heading in the direction that had been pointed out to you to the south. And as you explore further, you see that it loops around, and you find that there are after a few hallways worth of walking, you find yourself in the at the top of a stairwell leading down.
Oh.
If I could just reveal it, here we go.
Oh, hey, guys, goblin guys. What's your names? I'm Gobloidus, by the way.
Oh, it's a pleasure to meet you, Gobloidus. I'm well, my friends call me Wanda, or my friends call me Secrets. But my full name's Wanda Secrets. And then the third goblin chimes in, and he goes, I'm just Rat Boy.
Oh, Rat Boy.
The second goblin chimes in, and he goes, my name's Knives. People call me Knives the Dull, but it's very rude, and I don't appreciate it.
Oh, baby.
Wait, Knives the what?
Knives.
Dull.
Don't make me say it again. Knives the Dull.
Oh.
That's bullying, actually.
Honestly, I hate it, but here we are.
And the last
You want
one?
us to...
And the final goblin perks up, and he says, "Oh, and this is also a little bit of a nickname. They call me, I'm Lactose the Intolerable."
Oh, you love Melkiel.
Well, do you want us to call you that? I mean, we can always call you something different if you don't like the name that you were given.
It's fine. You should just call me Toes.
Toes.
Toad?
Toes.
Mm. He makes a face.
We just met like a drag queen goblin and her 3 non-binary friends. Sorry, okay. I love them all.
Welcome to the stage, Wanda.
It's Wanda's Secrets. So funny. I'm
Oh
literally
my God.
crying.
I want to say thank you to our intrepid audience for all the lovely names that have been suggested and introduced to the game. Thank you for that opportunity. So we've got Lactose the Intolerable, Rat Boy, Knives the Dull, and Wanda Secrets.
Oh my God.
Join the party.
Oh, those are
Yeah.
all so good.
Very good. Oh my God.
Amazing. So, with the party leading the way, leaving Halif behind on his own mission, with the intention of meeting up later in Goblin Town, where they're taking this intrepid band of goblins to, the party heads on down the stairs. As you clamber down the stone steps, your heart's emboldened and your limbs wary. Applause rings out. It rings out not from the stones of this place, but the corners of your mind. A voice booms within your skull. And so, after great peril and bitter victory, our newest guests delve deeper into Undermountain, and we at home must wonder, who are these blind fools? What do they want? Who do they wish to be? What horrors shall they face next? Who shall fall, and who shall live under the shadow of failure? Find out all of these and more next time on Dungeon of the Mad Mage. Da-da-da, da-da-da. And music begins to play within your heads, jaunty and jovial and maddening. You look through the stone ceiling to the gods above and pray for it to stop. And next time on Dungeon of the Mad Mage, we'll be back with a bonus round where the folks will be able to, where our intrepid party will be able to earn additional points. Let's take a look at the score, and we cut over to the scoreboard where we see just a lovely like changeling in a very beautiful dress, is holding up like a sign, and the sign currently reads 50 points for level shenanigans, and the next section of it reads 25 points per bronze mask discovered, plus 50 points for a completionist bonus, bringing you to a total of 200 points. as y'all descend into the next floor. The darkness is overwhelming as y'all step deeper and deeper into the hole. To the point, even you all with dark vision and magical light sources, all of it becomes subsumed by black, and y'all find yourselves someplace different very suddenly. The goblins are gone.
Oh.
And as you're looking around, you feel almost like heavy and wayladen. Your eyelids, in fact, feel so incredibly heavy that even lifting them feels like effort. But as you do so, you find with a shuddering sound that you are not in the dungeon anymore. You are someplace completely different. And in fact, everything looks out of scale. Looking out around you, you find yourselves in a large city, on the bay, large walls protecting it, but the walls in the city itself seem small compared to you, almost as if you were a giant in this moment. And you look around and you all don't recognize each other, as you see the four of you have been almost seemingly transformed into large giant statues of yourselves. As you awaken and the stone crumbles as you begin to move and animate, as you all come to life, the protectors of Waterdeep, against an upcoming threat in next week's bonus round. But until then,
Whoa.
God.
we'll do a little teaser too, just to show off what's going on next time.
Himbo, what?
Oh.
What is?
Oh my lord. It squeezed me?
Oh my gosh.
So you find yourselves, and to those who are water havens, y'all know this, and even if you weren't one, it's pretty hard to miss. Waterdeep is very well known for their large statues that stand at different positions in Waterdeep, which are known to animate and come to life during times of great threat. And it seems as if our players have been thrust into that position. What that great threat is, we'll just have to see what's in store for them next week.
Oh my gosh.
Or 2 weeks
Kaiju
from now.
battle?
Matcha statue. Oh, don't forget that we have Latte.
Latte and Matcha as well, who again you see animate out of the large statues. Matcha in his full glorious Ankylosaurus self, and Matcha and Latte almost seemingly transformed into a hound of hell.
Oh my giant kaiju fight? I love this.
Woo!
Wow.
Yes, and we're going to be live again in 2 weeks to see just what exactly is going to happen in this bonus round, the 26th at 7 p.m. EST, like always. But until then, I want to go around and give our lovely cast an opportunity to promote themselves and the various things they do. Werewolf, why don't you go first?
Hello, hello, hello. My name is Wherewolfbf. I can be found on Twitter, Twitch, all the places as Wherewolfbf. That's where, as in the question, wolf, the animal, and the letters B and F. And yeah, I just vibe. Come hang out on my Twitter, where I rant all day.
Amazing. Next, Melkiel, or Mish, I should say.
My name is MishroomSoup. I'm playing Melkiel, and you can catch me on Twitch eventually. We're having fun things with the internet, but also live. I'm still planning on getting there. Just didn't happen when I wanted it to. But yeah, check me out whenever I am able to go live, and we're gonna have a good time.
Amazing. Next, TheSesh.
Hi, I'm TheSeshCast. You can find me at TheSeshCast on YouTube, Spotify, wherever you get your podcasts. You can find me on Twitter at TheSesh13. And I play Hex Starchild, who has, gosh, now awakened from his long slumber, the king of the kaiju, ready to defend the city from whatever comes its way.
Some might say the king of monsters. And last but certainly not least, Goldmoon.
Hi, I'm Goldmoon. I play Gobloidus. You can catch me here every 2 weeks and doing Mad Mage on Sunday evenings.
Perfect. Yeah, excellent. Thank you again so much, everybody who came out today. Thanks to all the lurkers, the chatters. Thank you again, Goldmoon, for the subscription and Domino for the sub. We also have the Discord that you can come and join, talk about the show, as well as playing tabletop games. It's a fun time. Oh, yeah, and the raffle. Let's go ahead and close that out and draw the winner. Congratulations, Werewolf. You've won the raffle. I'll go to get you that back.
Woo!
All right, then. But thank you so much, everybody, for being here. We're going to be live again, like I said, 2 weeks from now on Sunday, 7 p.m. EST with this bonus round. And I hope to see you there. But until next time, stay magical. Talk to you soon. All right, bye.
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 Bye.